What's up, my changelings? Are you guys tired of using these little pots for your snow bases, or maybe even using it for terrain too? You know, they're kind of small, maybe even too expensive, or maybe just don't even look like how it looks. Well, just toss that shit in the trash, because I'm going to teach you guys how to make some snow for your bases and terrain.
Shurfrousky's Cult of Nine.
Alright, so first off, what you're going to need is some baking soda. So I got baking powder that's on the left side from a 99-cent store, and I got normal baking soda, which is on the right, from just the grocery store. On the left, it's actually some different ingredients. It's not just sodium bicarbonate; it's a couple other things added in there. But of course, on the right, the baking soda is just sodium bicarbonate. Both work fine when I use them out. So if you get the special cooking kind, it should work fine as well. If it isn't just sodium bicarbonate. And this is one of the main things you'll need to make some of the snow powder. Next thing you'll need is glue. I'm using Elmer's school glue, but you can probably use any other type of PVA glue, like a wood glue or a clear glue. As long as it's like a PVA glue, I'd recommend probably just sticking to a white glue like Elmer's, because you're making snow and you want the color white, so easier to keep everything the same color. You're also going to want a container to mix this stuff in, something big enough, something you don't care about. Some random plastic container that will hold what you want. You're also going to want to get some white paint to mix in for your snow paste too. It can be any kind of white paint, probably something big and cheap that doesn't cost a lot of money, because you're going to probably need a lot of it, especially if you're making terrain. If you're making a smaller batch, you can probably get away with smaller paint bottles. But yeah, any type of white paint should be fine. Alright, so now that you got all of your ingredients, you can start mixing them up now. First pour in the baking powder. And there's no specific measurements for this stuff really, you just gotta kind of eyeball it. You're gonna have to see how it looks once you start mixing things together. Yeah, after your baking powder, add in some glue. Just add a nice thick amount. This is gonna be your bonding agent, right? Between basically for the powder. So you want to get a good amount of that in there, but you don't need too crazy amount. And yeah, just eyeball this as well. Then you're gonna want to add in your white paint. This is going to help make everything whiter, and it's also more wet too, so kind of help mix things up a little better as well. Alright, now you got all your ingredients put together, you can start mixing it up. So of course, grab a stick you don't mind getting dirty and stirring this stuff up with. Start mixing it up, you'll see it start getting kind of pasty looking. Just keep mixing it up until it's a nice good pasty consistency, almost kind of like a melted marshmallow, you could say. And if your paste still seems a little too thick, you can always give it some water, so help thin it out. You want to make sure it's a good consistency between being not too thick or not too thin. So yeah, just add a little bit of water if you need to thin it down a bit. So now that you got your paste all mixed up and now it's ready to be put on your terrain or bases and spread out. Again, just use any kind of utensil that is comfortable to you, that works with whatever project you're using and that can give you some good coverage. And just spread out the snow everywhere where you want there to be snow. Of course, if you want to try to make it realistic, maybe try to account for how snow actually falls, put things in those places, but other than that, put the paste wherever you want it. So once you're done spreading your paste around and you put it as much down as you want, this is about how it will look. It's still going to be wet, it's still going to be glossy. It's going to take a day to dry, so just put it off to the side and then check on it once it's all done. Once the paste is all dry, this is how it will look. You can see it's not wet and glossy anymore. It's very smooth, very soft looking. Yeah, this is what your final outcome should probably look like. It's about this. Alright, and that is how you make some snow paste for your terrain or your bases. Hope you guys liked the tutorial. Hope it was easy and clear enough for you guys to to follow along and do it yourselves. I don't think snow paste is really too complicated of a terrain, I guess texture paste to make, and it looks really great. This homemade version does. I think it looks way better than most bottles or products you can buy. It's so like white and soft and vibrant looking, but of course it depends on what type of snow look you want, right? If you want that fresh snow look, then this method is probably the best way to do it. If you want like a dirtier, icier, or more maybe messed up type of snow, then I'm sure you can use other products that will give you a better result for that. But yeah, other than that, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think the Grot Biscuit liked it too. He's pretty happy. Yeah, so if you guys made it this far, all the way to the end, please do a typical YouTube shenanigans of the like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you changelings in the future. Adios.
Do you have cough?